Good afternoon, everyone. Damage control. Potsdam Institute coming out saying that indeed we are heading for a grand solar minimum, but the heating caused by CO2 is going to override that. Funny now how global warming means more snowstorms. This snow is a result of oceans evaporating because we're putting so much CO2 in the air, and warmer oceans mean more water vapor. It even means more snowfall in the Arctic. Change of narrative, which explains why sea ice is not gone and why all the sea ice cams coastal are down so you can't see what's up there. New paper, winter snowfall is going to be so intense it's going to stop the melting of the Greenland ice cap. Yet all along they forget to tell you about galactic cosmic rays. CERN proves more cosmic rays coming in due to decreased magnetosphere causes lower cloud cover. Svensmark, great article, cosmic rays intensifying during the grand solar minimum, forming clouds between 15 and 18,500 feet. This is the real reason that there's more snow coming, not evaporation from the oceans. Potsdam Institute admitting a grand solar minimum on the way, but they say it's only going to lower the temperatures by 0.2 degrees, insisting that the CO2 is going to increase by 3 to 4 degrees Celsius and the grand solar minimum will have no effect. So they're already trying to do damage control, admitting it's happened. Also, this interesting video sent to me by a subscriber. Winter storms are now going to create more snow. Now take a look at the graphic here. This comes off of Null School. They're trying to explain that the warmer ocean waters are increasing evaporation. This graphic was done in November of last year, and notice how yellow and warm it is, and you'll see the blue coming down from the coast of Canada there around Newfoundland. But take a look how much lower the water temperatures are already now just in the first weeks of September. So this whole thing about the warming oceans are going to create more cloud evaporation is already evaporating in front of their face, if you will. That is no longer a plausible explanation. And the same video breaks it down here. More evaporation means more water vapor in the atmosphere, and I love it. Now it means more snow. Global warming is now going to be the cause of more snowstorms. Looking into Google, you'll find a lot of information, around 7.4 million different entries on this. Physics.org, global warming means more snowstorms. And then global warming can produce even more intense snowstorms. And now global warming is even going to mean more snowfall in the Arctic. And I love how everything we've been told our entire lives just instantly switches this year, meaning that the warming is going to drive more snow now onto the Greenland ice sheet, which is going to prevent melting the Greenland ice sheet. Now wait a second. More snow in the Arctic, recession of any types of melting on the Greenland ice sheet because of more snow driven by global warming. Okay, even the most commonsensical 5-year-old would realize that that's a lie. Going back a couple years and looking at the failed climate predictions even back then, more heat waves, no snow in the winter, yet more snow because of global warming. IPCC, Max Planck Institute, complete melting of the Arctic sea ice. Wait a second, it didn't melt to infinity, that's for sure. And it'll never snow like it did 20 years ago. Wait a second, now you're predicting epic snowstorms based on global warming. We can see completely the narrative keeps flipping and changing. Now there's going to be more snow in the mountains based on global warming. Even global warming can affect the entire jet stream. That is crazy how it could do that. I didn't know CO2 could rise that far up, way, way, way up there, up into the troposphere, and shift the jet stream patterns from above. That's real interesting. Anything related to cold is always global warming, man-induced CO2. You never talk about a decreased magnetosphere. Never talking about the effects of the sun driving our climate. And my favorite, you really need to dig into this. Winter snowfall reduced sea ice because in Baffin Bay 4,000 years ago in the Labrador Sea, it got so cold and it snowed so much that it actually reduced the amount of melt on Greenland. So, by the very admission of these last batch of scientists related to the IPCC, they're telling us we're going to repeat a 4,000-year cold cycle. And we'll take a look at the sea ice here. As you can see, it's still there. It didn't melt off. And it didn't go to the lowest ever. So all these failed predictions as well this year. Looking into the sea ice cams. Now this is just another way to verify, is there really lack of ice or ice? And if you go across the entire network of coastal ice cams in Alaska, why are they all down right now? Anything monitored by the University of Alaska Fairbanks, all off at the moment. That you can't even monitor the sea ice yourself using the cams. Now back into the galactic cosmic rays and the decreasing magnetosphere, lots of new information coming out on this. These highly charged aerosol particles act as the cloud nuclei for condensation, which form clouds in the layer between 15,000 and 18,500 feet. Before, the research was put out by Heinrich Svensmark, talking about the correlation of cosmic rays and cloud. Now CERN actually backs up the same research, telling you exactly that cosmic rays are a major player in cloud formation. And the only reason we get excess cosmic rays is when the magnetosphere decreases, directly related to our sun's decrease in its output. Now taking a look, Google cosmic rays cause low cloud formation, CERN, and we get 41,000 entries. Dig in there for your own info. Galactic cosmic rays are responsible for increasing cloud formations on Earth during grand solar minimums and our regular lull in the 11-year solar cycle. Not ocean evaporation. So as the sun goes into the grand solar minimum, you're going to see an enormous amount of new clouds, and that's the reason the heavier snowstorms are coming. They're trying to explain everything away that's evolving because of the grand solar minimum. It is a full court press, and they are panicked because everything they've ever told you about warming is about to fall apart, and you're going to have to try to retrain you and re-brainwash you. Another Google search you want to do, cosmic rays cause low cloud formation. You're going to get 330,000 hits on there, tons of PDFs. Really dig into it. One of my favorites, I've linked below, Heinrich Svensmark, Cosmic Rays, Clouds, and Climate. Heinrich absolutely is the world's #1 leader in thought and understanding on this mechanism and feedback loop. It is a natural explanation, and he got raked through the coals when he began to start his research. He couldn't even get funding for this. They had to self-fund. But, go study a polar bear and you get millions and billions of dollars. Study the ozone layer and you get $360 billion. But try to find a correlation between low cloud formation and galactic cosmic rays and grand solar minimums, and you're on your own. And right away, the sun climate link, the galactic cosmic rays correlate directly with variations in global cloud cover. This global cloud cover is exactly the same thing all the other articles are trying to say. They're going to have to explain an increase in cloud cover and an increase in intensity of snowstorms and ice storms and atmospheric compression events, and it's all going to be blamed on ocean evaporation. When in reality, it's because of the galactic cosmic rays and a decreased magnetosphere on our planet, which gets us into this feedback loop of albedo, bouncing the sunlight off, cooling things down, volcanic eruptions, aerosols, and then more clouds. And I'll just let you dive right into the information here. Cosmic rays, low cloud formation, Svensmark. You'll come up with more than 9,200 results, and I do hope you look into this because the answers are right here in front of you. Also, Heinrich did a great movie called The Cloud Mystery. And if you don't want to go through and read everything and dig in PDFs and do a lot of research like this, just watch The Cloud Mystery. It's about an hour long, and everything in this video will be explained in such detail that when you walk away, you will have lifted the entire veil of why everything is changing on our planet climate-wise right now. This is the single explanation here. It all has so much correlation to what's going on. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. As always, with the climate change going on and the colder weather, going to be having a lot more frequent snowstorms and rainstorms, floods, etc., droughts all over the place. Things that are explainable in cycles of 400 years, 800 years, 1,200 years, 4,000 years that they're admitting now. You can make money on these weather predictions if you know where the grain crops are going to fail, which ones will fail, and then which ones will drive in price because of the lack of supply on that side. Contact Bob over at Trade Genius. He'll be happy to fill you in on the cycles and where they see going forward where the losses will happen globally.